Hello everyone. Once again I welcome you to the video lecture on transformers and generators. So this is a continued part of the third module. So that is first part of the third module is that you know three winding transformers and cooling of transformer. In last video we were studied the introduction regarding three winding transformers, equivalent circuit of three winding transformers and stabilization by tertiary winding of transformers. In this video let us study determination of parameters of three winding transformers. So this is similar as that of what two winding transformers. So there also we determined the equivalent circuit parameters. So how we can determine the equivalent circuit parameters? So here we'll carry the open circuit and short circuit test. By carrying the open circuit and short circuit test, the equivalent circuit parameters can be determined. You know how to conduct open circuit and short circuit test. So let us consider the open circuit test. In case of open circuit test, we used to determine core losses component, magnetizing impedances and turns ratio. So how the circuit connection, so that is open circuit test, you know so the meters, so that is voltmeter, ammeter and watt meters are connected at low voltage winding, and the secondary side, so which is kept open, so that the voltmeter is connected. So here this is the primary winding, so this is the secondary winding, this is a tertiary winding. So secondary winding kept open, so here a voltmeter is connected. So at primary winding, so this is a low voltage winding, consider. So here the meters are connected, that is ammeter, wattmeter and voltmeter. So this ammeter, uh, it determines no load current, so that is represented by, that is I naught, and the magnetizing impedance may be found by exciting current winding 1 with both winding 2 and 3 are kept open. How the magnetizing impedance will be uh, calculated? So this will be influenced by the water, the exciting current which is flowing through the water, the winding 1. But when the both second winding and tertiary winding are kept open. Now what about the transformation ratio? So that is the turns ratio here. So that is winding 1 to 2. So here I just consider this is the voltage ratio, that is V1 divided by V2. If you consider winding 1 to 3, so this is the voltage ratio of V1 divided by V3. So similarly, just take these two ratio. This is V1 by V2 divided by V1 by V3. V1 get cancelled. So this becomes V2 divided by V3. So V2 divided by V3, it gives what? The turns transformation ratio of what? Winding second to third. Now, similarly, just go for the short circuit test. You know how the short circuit test will be carried out. So this is the connection diagram of short circuit test on three winding transformer. So so here let us consider the impedances of all the three winding transformers. So this is Z1, Z2 and Z3 are the impedances of the three winding transformers. These impedances are considered as the base for performing the short circuit test. You know how the short circuit test will be carried out? The two winding is short circuit and the third winding is kept open here. See, so these two windings are short circuited. This is winding 1 and winding 2 are short circuited, and winding 3 is what? Kept open. In the first step, you consider, so winding 1 and winding 2 are short circuited. So if winding 1 and winding 2 are short circuited, the low voltage winding is applied to the winding 1, due to which the full load current flows through the water winding 2. So obviously, due to the short circuit of these two, So there will be a, so the full load current will be flowing through the water winding 2. So in this case, the what about the impedance? So obviously here the impedance which can be represented as Z12. So this impedance which is measured and it is given by water. So this is water V1 divided by I1, because these two are short circuited. So since I just supposed to consider, so the voltage drop across this is water, this is V1, and the current which is flowing through this is I1. So since I just consider this ratio, this is V1 divided by I1, it gives Z12. So now what about the equivalent resistance? So this is the equivalent resistance R12. So how I can consider R12? So this is in general expression. So by determination of the power, how we can consider this is I square R. So due to this equation, just I can represent the equivalent resistance when the first and second windings are short circuited. So in this case, so I can represent the equivalent resistance as R12 is equals to P1 divided by I1 square. Now, what about the equivalent leakage reactance? So obviously, this equation, it is familiar to you, because actually in general equation is that Z square is equals to uh, that is R square plus X square, isn't it? So that is Z is equals to square root of R square plus X square. So in this equation, just remove the water X is reactance. This is X12. X12 is equals to square root of Z12 square minus R12 square. So this is what a simple equation. So this, you know, this is the basic aspect. Now, the Z12 is the series combination of Z1 and Z2 respectively, because these two are what short circuited. So both the resistances are what the series combination. So in this case, Z12, how we can represent Z12? So Z12 can be represented as what the combination of these two impedances. This is what Z1 plus Z2. Now in the second step, the third winding is short circuited with the second winding. If third winding and second are short circuited, so in this case the impedance it is represented as what? Z23. Again, so these two impedances are what in series combination. So in this case, so you can represent Z23 is equals to Z2 plus Z3. And next step, just a short circuit. The second winding is here. The first and third windings are short circuited. That is, second winding is what? Kept open. Then again, low voltage is supplied to the third winding and full load current which flows through the water first winding. Then what about the impedance? If you short circuit first and third winding, so that impedance it is represented as Z13. Z13 is the impedance of the first and third winding. So again, these two winding impedances are what? Series combination, since I can represent Z13 is equals to Z1 plus Z3. So here you know all the three cases, what about the impedances? So if first and second windings are short circuited, in that case the impedance is what? Z12. So this is Z1 plus Z2. If second and third windings are short circuited, in this case the impedance is Z23. So this is Z2 plus Z3. If first and third windings are short circuited, in this case the impedance is Z13 is equals to Z1 plus Z3. So here you have three equations. So in these three equations, first you can just consider, so Z12 minus Z23. So this Z12 minus Z23, just to take these two differences. If these two differences are taken, so in this case Z2 and Z2 will get cancelled, then you will get Z1 minus Z3. So for this equation, just add Z13. If you add Z13 in this equation, what happens? So this Z12 minus Z23 plus Z13. This is equals to, so again here also you can add Z13. Z1 minus Z3 plus Z13. You know Z13, what is the Z13 value? Z13 is equals to Z1 plus Z3. So you can substitute Z13 is equals to Z1 plus Z3. So now here, this is Z3, Z3 get cancelled. So this becomes Z1 plus Z1. So this becomes 2Z1. So since I can represent Z1 is equals to 1 divided by 2, Z12 plus Z13 minus Z2. So similarly, you can represent what Z2. Uh, so just consequently, just to solve the equations, you get the leakage reactance, leakage impedance Z1, Z2 and Z3 are referred to as a primary. So here consequently just calculate so Z1, Z2 and Z3. So these equations you can obtain. So now this is about what the equivalent circuit parameters, how we can determine. So by conducting open circuit and short circuit test. Now let us consider the advantages of using tertiary winding in transformer. So why this tertiary winding is used? What is the advantage? What is the useful of this tertiary winding? So that will state. So first point is it reduces the unbalancing in the primary due to unbalancing in three-phase load. So obviously this already you stated in last video. So that is stabilization. So stabilization by tertiary winding of a transformer. That is it reduces the unbalancing in the primary due to unbalancing in three-phase load. If the unbalanced load is connected to the water transformer, in that case it reduces the water unbalancing in the water primary, because tertiary winding it is water delta connected, it suppresses that zero sequence current sense, so the unbalanced condition will be water reduced at primary. It redistributes the flow of fault current. So whatever be the fault current it persists in the system, so that fault current will be what it is distributed. So due to that fault current, so there is no any damage occur to the water, any of the winding of a transformer. Sometimes it is required to supply an auxiliary load in different voltage level in addition to its main secondary load. So this secondary load can be taken from tertiary winding of a three winding transformer. Sometimes so it is very essential to supply that is auxiliary load in different voltage levels. So just this also we discussed in last video. So that is, so this can be used as water, the auxiliary supply to the water, some equipments like the fans, tube lights in the water substations. So this is one more advantage so of this tertiary winding of a transformer. And one more advantage is that as the tertiary winding is connected in delta formation in three winding transformer, it assists in limitation of fault current in the event of a short circuit from line to neutral. So obviously, so the the tertiary winding is delta connected. If the tertiary winding is delta connected, it limits the fault current. So once you short circuit the line to neutral, so in that case, so what happens? So it limits the fault current. So this is one more advantage by using water tertiary winding in a transformer. So these are the some advantages by using tertiary winding in a transformers. So next video, so we'll come up with some other bit. So in this part only, that is three winding transformer and cooling off transformers. So I think we'll discuss cooling off transformer in next video. So till then, thank you.